Hey, you can't cord this. How's it going? The Bant company list with 4 Teferis and 4 Karns. I have not, actually. Yeah, after this league, I can check that deck out. I can, what do I just need to, I think I just need to pick up 4 Teferis for that, and I can play that list. On the play, this hand is fine only because I'm on the play. I am intrigued with that. Let's see if I can pull it up. Actually, I'm just finding the Karn list. Do you have a link for that? Hey, GD Coltree, how's it going? Up against Fall Leaf, who's typically on Abzan. I've been messing around with Vizier, but honestly, I haven't been happy with any of the new cards you can add. Like, I haven't been impressed with any of them yet, I guess is the best way to put it. They go on and play Ballista here in case they drop Dark Confidant. That's one of the ways I can absolutely just lose this matchup if they just curve out with Bob into Lily. So just dropping a Ballista there kind of gives me security against both of those cards. Okay, well, Flare negates that. Good morning, Spider Space. How's it going? Okay, so I have Titan next turn unless they have Thoughtseize. Don't care about that. So, artifact, sorcery. They can add an artifact, but there's already one there. Land. So if my opponent has an instant speed spell, that would be 4, which would make my Grim Flare a 4/4. Now that could be a Fatal Push. That could be pretty much anything. So if I double block here with the intent to lose one of these threats, and then they have that instant speed answer, I just get blown out of the water. 4 cards in hand. I think it's actually pretty likely. So next turn I'm going to drop the Forest, play Primetime. I cannot, from that point, then attack with Primetime. I don't want to do this. I think I'm just going to make them have it. I haven't been impressed with Stepmom and Druid, no. She, in Abzan Druid, what are they doing? Blowing up my graveyard? Alright. Well, I killed the Grim Flare. Stepmom competes in Abzan Coco for Viscera Seer, which I think if you're cutting Viscera Seer, you shouldn't even be playing that entire splash. And then if you look at the other variants, Bant Company, I think she fits in. Coder, or Night of the Reliquary version, I think she fits in. But other than that, I just don't think it's worthy of an inclusion. Turn 1 Stepmom, turn 2 Druid is a dream. It's better than a turn 1 bird if you're not playing against certain decks. It just requires more of a... Stepmom is better in your versions of the deck. Better any turbo version where it's more interested in protecting that Druid. Turn 1 Stepmom, turn 2 Druid, turn 3 Win is absolutely amazing. It's much better. Oh, Knight of Autumn. It's like, look, I was like, how'd they kill that? Main board Knight of Autumn. I kind of hate that. So I have all the mana in the world here. Alright, that's game. This was just a situation of not drawing another threat. You can't chord this. Sorry, not exactly your list. I meant more the turbo variants, let alone the, not just Chalice. Because then you have to compete. Is Chalice better than Stepmom? I think Chalice is better than Stepmom. Yes, absolutely. Both protect Druid. Both kind of shut down certain decks, but Chalice, I think, is just better overall and shuts down a lot more decks. So then if you're running Chalice, you're not running Stepmom. If you're running Viscera Seer, you're not running Stepmom. So the decks that you're running Stepmom in are now shrinking to this point when, okay, now you want Knight of the Reliquary as the extra threat because you're not running Kitchen Finks because you cut Viscera Seer. I think Stepmom is very powerful. I just haven't found a list, and I've been doing some testing, and I haven't found anything which I've been happy with. But getting to this, this Bant Devoted Karn, Post-Mortem Lunge. I do love Oath of Nissa. That's like a... That is definitely a pet card of mine. So it's got the Devoted Druid Vizier combo. To Fairy to protect that combo, making opponents only be able to use sorcery speed spells. And also letting you go Post-Mortem or Finale at instant speed, which I think at that point wouldn't others have company? I'm not sure. Although 8 Planeswalkers certainly cuts into that. I mean, it's definitely powerful. I have 1 minute, so I want Hornet Queen here. I want Rexage. Another EE, which makes my Trinket Mage better. Cards I'm cutting, Pact of Negation. I'm going to cut Ghost Quarter here. I'm not as scared of Abzan's lands as I am Jun's. And main board Knight of Autumn means I'll cut a Knight Amulet of Vigor, and I have the Trinket Mage and 3 Karns I can always grab it with. I think this is solid. Okay, so I have the 6 mana for a Titan. I have no ramp. Rexage is basically dead in this hand. It's kind of something I don't really want to start in my opening hand. What this hand can't even go turn 2 Engineered Explosives. This hand is really slow. But I'm playing against a deck, a Thoughtseize deck. I do have a decent amount of time. Granted, this is Abzan Traverse, so it's a little bit quicker than traditional Thoughtseize decks. If they do open with a Thoughtseize, they have to choose between taking Karn or taking EE. So I think I'll try this. I don't want to mull too hard, especially when I have a reasonable hand. And if I top deck a Gemstone Mine, I can go EE on 2 right from the get-go. Okay, there goes my EE. This is something I would not do on the draw against Fulminator Mage, but on the play I feel a little bit safer here. I do think Stepmom definitely, I agree with you, 100% Spider Space. I think she pushes you to 2 colors. And at that point, if you're playing a 2-color list, I think you're losing a lot of sideboard options. I think it's probably correct. Do I play Rexage here? No, I think I'm going to save that for a Damping Sphere. Okay. Okay, so I can grab an Amulet here, right? And then I can have 3, 4, 5 available mana next turn. And then I can pitch the Rexage. Or I can just grab a Worm Coil so I'm extra safe from threats. There's no real way they can kill the Karn next turn unless they trophy the Karn, which I'd be fine with. I think just Pithing Needle is probably the best option, though. Yeah, let's go Pithing Needle. Spiderface, you haven't played too much with the Abzan Coco lists, right? Viscera Seer is, I think, really underwhelming to look at, but on the field, I've been very impressed with him every single time. Okay. Well, now I wish I grabbed the Amulet. Liliana of the Veil. This is post-board, so yeah, 1 Amulet on the board just because it's not the greatest card in this particular matchup because they have cards like Knight of Autumn. Alright, so am I just dead here? So, Kelly Garden. I've not played a land for turn. Okay. Double plants in case they have a fatal push. That way they can't fatal push 1 plant and then edict. Yeah, I always wanted to be more toolbox oriented too. Unfortunately, I just think that Amulet Titan's just a better toolbox deck right now. Choose a pile to sacrifice. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. If they have Path to Exile, and I choose to keep this pile, I get absolutely blown out. If they have, I think I just need to pick this pile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is fine if I top deck a Titan. So I will choose pile 2 to sacrifice. And this should buy me a little bit of time here. Not in a great spot. I'll take 2. Just dumping my hand so it's empty for Liliana, and passing turn. Hey, Spider Space, how does your Thalia Stompy line up against the Hogar Bridgevine decks? Nothing here, huh? I haven't toyed with too much Vile. Every time I start playing with Vile decks, I just get drawn more and more to either a Taxes variant or humans. I'm drawing pretty poorly here. Yep. Drawn very poorly. So cards I'm looking for to be like a Hornet Queen would be great. So a Pact would obviously help with that too. Yeah, I'm going to be at 2 life after this, so a Collective Brutality would even kill me. I've seen 20 cards deep into my deck, and I've only seen 1 prime time and no packs. I mean, this is a little rough here. That's how I lost game 1, too. I just didn't draw. I had that 1 prime time taken care of, and I just didn't draw into any more threats here. So Hornet Queen, Primetime. Primetime's probably not even enough at this point. Yeah, Primetime's, it has to be a Hornet Queen. So I can't even Teleria West, so I can Karn. Karn should do it. Karn into Engineered Explosives. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Karn. Get an EE. Put it on 2. And pass turn. You ask because best case is always a... yep, not attacking. Oh, that's game. Can't kill the knight. Four rips in the board. Tecatli is pretty sweet. Yep. I'm really intrigued with actually Karn decks right now, and I think I actually think I like the look of that Druid Karn list just because Karn actually shuts off the best part of the Hogak deck, which is the artifact sack outlet. Four rips in the board. I wonder if Blue-White Control is going to return to 4 rips in the board. This hand is an easy mulligan.
I like turtles.
Hey, Blade Man. Sup, nerds. Thank you very much for the resubscription. 4 months in a row. You've been with me from the beginning. I feel honored. I'll keep this. Just need a Titan, so I'll bottom that. What's up, nerds? A green-white deck. Yep, we just faced a green-white deck. And we lost. We saw 2 Titans. We went through over 20 cards into our deck. I cannot play Azusa. Yep, yeah. Which Ensnaring Bridge doesn't work in Amulet Titan decks because they keep their hands too full. So this looks to me like a Spell Queller if they don't play anything else here. So I'll walk my Azusa into the Queller because I don't actually need her. And then I can Ancient Stirrings and that not be quellered. Yep. Don't need the Azusa. I have 2 Scouts in play. It's basically an Azusa already. It's got to be the Amulet, right? It's either Amulet or Radiant Fountain. I think I'm going to go with the Amulet. Yep, there's a 4 for a 1/5. I don't remember the name of it. Skosniak. Silent Arbiter. It might be Silent Arbiter. Okay, let's see what their collected company is. Okay, we just need to draw a Titan or a Pact here. I cannot block. Silent Arbiter. Yeah, I'm like 95% sure it's Silent Arbiter. Okay, so are we just dead here? 6, 10, 12. I'll be at 1 life, so I'm probably dead. Not drawing cards you need here. There it is, Silent Arbiter. So what are my outs here? Even a prime time isn't probably enough. Alright, so I fall to 1. Any Lord kills me. That doesn't kill me. Alright, that just dead. Alright. I mean we've successfully cast 1 Titan in this league so far. I just gotta get him, right? I guess. Karn is actually really bad here. I'll bring in the full EE package. Fire Spout's alright. A Braid might be okay. I think Rex Sage is pretty good here. Bajuka Bog doesn't do much, especially without Karn, because sometimes you can go Karn, rebuy your EEs against decks like this. I just think it's a little cute. Ghost Quarter is also not good enough. I definitely want Rex Age. I definitely want Fire Spout. I don't want Pact of Negation. I think I do want Worm Coil. I'm really interested in Infect. Really, really interested in Infect going forward. I actually almost bought it last night, and I was going to try to run a league through it today. I might still do that. What do I cut here? I think I'll try One Braid. It's good against Damping Sphere, but it's not good against much else. Like, only early is it good against their creatures. This hand's an easy mulligan. Turn 1, turn 2, I got turn 3 Fire Spout. I'll try it. I do need ramp, so I'll keep that relic. In fact, with Stepmom does seem really good, actually. Teferi seems really good for her, too. I was actually thinking of some really janky Infect list that could run new Narset with Days Undoing. Just refresh your entire hand to just crush control decks. But I think Infect already has an okay game against certain control decks anyway, so... I just play the Gruul Turf. So we got Teferi Time Raveler. We got a Rancor, which is always interesting. I don't see any scale-ups here, though. I do think scale-up competes with Become Immense. You gotta really choose which one you want there. So no scale-up was available. Alright. I've always wondered, what is the Nissa Voice of Zendikar doing in the sideboard here? Like, what matchups are you bringing Nissa in for? Because I thought about it, I was like, oh, okay, well, you're trying to go wide now. Maybe you're trying to hope someone drops themselves down to, like, 6, and Liliana, sure, sure. I can either ramp here. I can drop an EE on 2 to play around Damping Sphere. I can wipe their board. All right, how do I want to play this out? I want to Titan as soon as possible. I think the fastest I can Titan here is turn 5. And that's if I go Coalition Relic this turn. Yeah, I think I have to Relic this turn because they would just lose one of the Wanderers. So I can't even do the Fire Spout. Oh, Spider Space, I wanted to tell you, I've been really excited about the Singleton format. Oh, there it is. Go blue. Singleton format for the Modern Streamers League. Blue, white. I can copy their Temple Garden here, which would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I think I just want to copy their Gruul Turf, bounce the Simic here. Sorry, bounce the sun home. I need to drink more coffee. Okay, on the end of their turn, I can blow up the EE, and then I will have 6 mana available on my turn, which will let me cast Summoner's Pact, and then if they sack their board for it, great. If they don't, then I'll Fire Spout them. Jund Burn is... I kind of really like your Jund Burn list, to be honest. Well, Infect is already giving up the burn matchup, right? Hey, E Young, the new Bridgevine deck, I've played it once, and it beat me. I think it's a race, and it's a race I don't like because they have the mill backup plan. My board wipes don't even actually do much against them if they have their artifact in play. So I don't actually like the matchup that much. So what can I do here? I can Pact, and if they let me have it, I can play a Titan. I can Fire Spout. The most they can counter me for is 2. I think I just need to Fire Spout and Stirrings this turn. And then I'll Titan next turn. Bridgevine is very good. Their mill backup plan is what I don't like about that deck. I think it's kind of overpowered here. Am you really doing this just to kill the Geist of St. Traft here? Two, four, five. I can Relic, hope to hit a land off of Stirrings, but I think I just want to save the mana here. Guarantee that I have the 6 for Titan next turn. Still opens me up to a Spell Queller. Or to another Damping Sphere. Okay. So I have to Rex Sage on my turn. Opponent has 1 card in hand. If I grab the Amulet, I can get blown up by Deputy of the Tension. I might want the Forest here. I think I'll go Forest. And play the other Stirrings. So I'm trying to play with this Cavern now to play around Disdainful Stroke, or a Unified Will. Okay. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. think at this point I have to play around Path to Exile. I have to assume they have it. How, or does it slow down? It slows them, it's a good speed bump is what it is, as long as they don't have the artifact in play. Let's go Simic Growth Chamber, Tolaria West here. I'm not worried about another Damping Sphere killing me because I have this Coalition Relic, so I have double green there. And I have 3 potential mana. I think I might just want to go EE on 2 and then pass the turn here. But if they path me, I'll be kind of behind again, so I'll just grab the Summoner's Pact and be safe. Just trying to set up a turn where I can win next turn. So next turn, even if they have a path on this prime can deal 16. Humans running Leyline can't be right. My cat's singing. Oof, that is a really good draw. Three, 4, 5, 6. Go Boros Slayer here. Humans does have game, simply because Meddling Mage on that can really shut them down. They can also run Anafenza, which does a good job. The 3-drop Anafenza. Give you haste. Return this to my hand. Play Vesuva, copying Boros Garrison. Hey, kitty. Bounce Cavern. Go to combat. Get Radiant Fountain and Tolaria West. Gemstone Mine. And Simic Growth, bounce the Tolaria West. You don't have food? I'll double check you've got food. What's up? That's so much food. So much food, buddy. You had all the world of food. Alright, double path. What do they have here? Alright, there's a 1 path. Sure. Okay. Just Walking Ballista is the best possible card here. I can play Cavern next turn so they can't counter it, and that should just kill them. Sure. I actually think Spirits is a decently tough matchup because I can't block any of their cards. Let's play Cavern, name Construct. I think I just go to combat first, though. Actually, I don't see why I don't. Yeah, I can Pact for a Titan, try to attack with it, swing for both, and if worst case scenario, I can Ballista them. That's even if they have. Actually, they need 2 paths. They're just dead. Okay. They brought those in, so I think a Braid gets better. What gets worse here? Spirits is kind of mean. It's like you can't block any of my cards. I'll trim an Amulet for the Abrade. I kind of have to be the control matchup here, which is why I actually really like Trinket Mage in this matchup. Okay, so I have turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Azusa, turn 3 Worm Coil. That seems like a keep to me. Even better, if I draw a Titan, I could just, if I draw a Titan and they don't have a path, which they probably do here, I can just win the game. Oh, if that was a Titan, that was game. I have another bounce, so I'll just bounce this. Play Azusa. Puking up all this mana. Five, and then I'll just play this. 6. There we go. Kind of weak against a Path to Exile here, but if they don't have the path, I think I'm all right. Okay, I'll just drop an EE on 3, get my Worm Coil back. Or I can just make a giant Walking Ballista. I like that. That's 12. This doesn't help. No, I don't think I'd be interested in the new 6-drop Chandra. Yeah, the Nissa is probably just better. Yeah, I don't want them to be able to Coco into something. I think I just kill their board while I can. I think I'm more interested in controlling their board than I am having a 7/7 in play. Her not being tutorable is an issue. You're right. I do like grilled cheese's Oath of Nissa version. Alright. They've got to take the ballista here. Yep. And I sided out my Karn, so it's not like I can get it back from exile. So I'll just ping them. Hey Garrett, how's it going? I've tried Giver in testing. I've not run a league with Giver, no. I think I have no reason to play this extra amulet out at the moment. The question is, do I want EE on 2 or 3 here? Yeah, I wish I could get that ballista back. Unfortunately, without Karn in my I sided out Karn here, so I can't actually get him back. I think the only thing I really lose to at this point is Damping Sphere, so I'm going to put the EE on 2. Like a Path Damping Sphere would wipe away anything I have going for me at the moment. Sure. Okay, so 2, 4. Yeah, I'm just going to play Hornet Queen here. I'm going to attack first. This doesn't change my combat math with Azusa. I'll bounce a Simic to my hand so I can have extra blue mana if I draw a Tolaria West. So 5, 6, 7. I have so much mana. Hey Poppy, how's it going? I'd be incredibly surprised if we lose from this point. I have Engineered Explosives on 2, which is what the number of their Lords and Damping Spheres on. I have complete control of the board. Even a Path to Exile, my Worm Coil doesn't stop me. If they somehow they have to get rid of my amulets, my EE, and my Worm Coil, and that still doesn't stop me from top decking well because I'm sandbagging an amulet here. Okay, played against 2 green-white decks. Lost to Fall Leaf on Abzan when we failed to draw a Titan 20 or a packed 20 cards deep. That was rough, and just beat Spirits. Working, putting 16. You're working too much. Working too much, my friend. I'm gonna fill up my coffee. I'll be right back. Spilling the coffee. So if we have time for more after this, which I think we will, what does everyone else want to see? I'm interested in that Teferi Karn list. That's what... I'm actually really interested in that Teferi Karn list. I'm also interested in Infect. Something I think is going to get really good coming up. I'm on the draw. I go turn 1, turn 2. I can't even turn 3 Trinket Mage. I think this is just a mulligan. This is much better. So I get to drop a Karn pretty quick. I'll put that top. Turn 2 Karn. If turn 2 Karn is not good, then we're probably having a pretty rough time anyway. Yeah, I think Infect with Stepmom, it would be very interesting. Okay, Karn. Turn 2 Karn could be very good here. Does opponent have no lands? This would be hilarious if they're working just off of Mox Opal and I drop a turn 2 Karn on them. Alright, they have a land. Ah. I don't like that as much. Their land is an artifact. That's true. But I don't like the Ravager is what I don't like. As long as I don't have any flyers and I can protect Karn, I think I should be okay here. Like, as long as they don't suddenly drop. If they don't drop... If they flood the board right here, I might be in trouble. Don't care about that. That I don't like as much. Don't care about that. Okay, they're hellbent. So let's do this. Zeusa. So if they sacrifice everything to the Vault Scourge in response to the Karn, I can put Karn up to 6. They could kill Karn, but then they're in a bad spot since all they have left is a giant lifelink flyer. I think I'm fine with that. I don't know if I can deal with the huge flying bug. It was like the one thing that I really didn't want them to have. If this resolves and they don't throw it on the flyer, okay. So I think I might actually animate my Amulet here. Let's see, they can attack for 3. I can block, right? I need the Amulet to drop a Worm Coil, though. So I don't actually want to block with the Amulet. So the best they can do here is knock Karn down to 3. So I think I just plus. Yeah, I think their right line for them was to sacrifice most of their stuff, throw it in the Vault Scourge so they could kill Karn. I think I just plus here. Like, I can't... If I minus... I can grab like a Worm Coil, but I can always grab that next turn. I can grab an EE, drop it on 2, and wipe their board next turn. But again, that's stuff I can just do next turn. I'm just going to plus and kill their land. Yeah, it was either Opal or Citadel there. So anyone new to the stream, I love playing... I didn't know this about myself until somewhat recently. I love playing green decks. Company decks, Tarmogoyf decks, Primetime decks. If it's green, I'm probably going to play it, which is why I'm really surprised I haven't played Infect yet. I've never played Infect. I'm intrigued by it. I think it's got a pretty good power level, and I think it can beat a lot of what's coming right now. Like it beats any Primetime deck. It beats Tron. Yeah, sure. He falls down to 5. Opponent's got 1 card in hand. Signal Pest is kind of a pain. So I can get 12 mana. That is a lot of amulets. 2 amulets is good. So if I minus Karn down to 3, they can knock him down to 1 with the Vault Scourge. I can put a Worm Coil in play. I really just think I win this game by protecting Karn. I'm going to Ancient Stirring and see what I hit here. And that's probably like the best possible thing I could have. This is another reason right here why I run Walking Ballista main. Now I'm just going to win with Walking Ballista. That's 7. This is 11, so I'm a little off, unfortunately. I'm wasting a mana. I'll just plus on their Opal. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. Kill that guy. I'm going to target that, kill that. I could have fetched it from the board, too. But at that point, I think that was just a better spot. Having it main board, I have more ways of grabbing it, especially in this list when I'm running the Trinket Mage. Kill that. Pass turn. Opponent has 1 mana, and they're Hellbent. I don't know why they're not conceding here. I don't see an out for them. Like, Inkmoth Nexus is their best possible draw, and I already have the answer for it in play. I can Lattice Lock them next turn. The other Amulet with Hivemind, yeah, we can do that at some point. Big Monkey, absolutely. I'm not the biggest fan of Hivemind, to be honest. My non-Karn list looks like this. This is the list I was running before Karn. Pretty happy with it. The big flex spots is it's got the 2 EEs main with the Hornet Queen as the extra threat. That's normally where the Hivemind would come in, but this makes me better against decks like Humans. This deck was really actually had a positive win rate against Death Shadow, which is I thought was pretty impressive for a Amulet deck. And then my sideboard flex spots, I'm running the Primal Command Emrakul package and Celestial Purge as my extra removal spell there. I was just really happy with this version of the deck, but then Karn came out, and Karn just lets you do silly things. Yeah, we can try the Hivemind version, absolutely. What do I want? I want Hornet Queen. I want EE. I want Fire Spout. I want a Braid. I want a Braid. I want a Rex Sage. Bajuka Bog I'm not as interested in. Pact of Negation is downright bad. I'm really happy with the Trinket Mage here so far. Just in theory, the Trinket Mage should be pretty darn good. I'll cut a Summoner's Pact or 2. Just have too many good cards for this matchup right now, thanks to Karn. If we cut Pact so much, why don't we just cut it all together? It's a fantastic main board card, where main board were more streamlined to just be a primetime efficiency deck. As you can see, we just won that game without even having primetime, but we know we can win without primetime post board, so I don't need as many packs. Sometimes you just need to chain together 3 or 4 Titans. When you cut packs, you're admitting that you're not going to be doing that. I am not going to chain together 3 or 4 Titans this game because I can't, because I only have 2 packs. I do trim it a lot when in matchups where I don't need to draw a prime time to win this game. I also don't need to necessarily draw an Azusa, because if I just drop an early Karn with some Abrades, like if I go turn 1 nothing, turn 2 Abrade, turn 3 Rexage, turn 4 Karn, that might be enough in this particular matchup. And then if I try to do turn 5 Titan or turn 6 Titan, that could be sufficient. In matchups like that, when I'm okay with waiting a little bit because I need to interact with my opponent early, I'll side out a couple Summoners packs because I'm not actively trying to race my opponent. Hopefully that answered your question, Big Monkey. Ooh. Man, if this had like a Gruul Turf. Like, if this had a Gruul Turf, if this was like Forest Gruul Turf, this hand would be great, but it is not Forest Gruul Turf. This is all lands, we'll mulligan that. I will keep this. It's actually surprisingly okay. So I think I'm going to bottom the Amulet because I need to draw into some actual action here. That one was tough, though. Trimming that Amulet means that if I top deck a primetime on top, that it's going to be a lot worse for me. Opponent did not mulligan. Like with the Amulet, I could have gone turn 1 Radiant Fountain, turn 2 Azusa, Scout, and then something, but I think I need to draw an Abrade, a Fire Spout, Rexage. I need to draw something like that in this matchup, and unfortunately the Amulet wasn't one of those cards. Okay. Sure. I'm more afraid of this Ink Moth Ravager combo at the moment. Okay, now I'm set up to have a Titan, set up to have a Karn, set up to have pretty much anything at this point. Hey, how's it going? Poker went pretty good. I was doing fine. I had Ace King. I had Big Slick. I was doing pretty well, and then I went all in on a spot. Ooh, they just activated the wrong land. I was doing fine. I was doing fine. I'm going to describe the scenario, and you guys can tell me how mad would you be in this spot. I was playing it with 7 other people. I had Ace King. Opponent was nice enough to give me a free turn. So I had Ace King pre-flop. I raised a considerable amount pre-flop. Like I doubled the blinds. At that point, the blinds were already to a point where it was pretty high. So that was actually a considerable investment. And somebody followed me, which I was fine with. I saw the flop when it was like 3-9 or something. And I was like, oh, okay. So I think it was like 3-3-7 was what flopped. And I was like, okay, I need to make a move at some point. So I went all in at that point. And the guy who followed me had 3-4 offsuit and he followed what was essentially at that point a quarter of his chips just to follow my pre-flop raise. So naturally he called all in because, you know, 2 3s fell and he beat me. And that didn't knock me out, but that demoralized my spirit. I hope they load it all up and then I draw a Ghost Quarter. That's what I'm just hoping right now. I played with one of my buddies. Her dad hosts like a poker night, so I played there. Okay, so I didn't draw it. That's 4. That's lethal. All right. No Ghost Quarter. Let's try this again. Yeah, so how mad would you guys be in that situation? You raise what is effectively, it was a 1/6 of what the starting chips count was. That's what my raise was pre-flop. And somebody, he said he felt really bad after because I don't know, he drank or something and he didn't realize that he had 3-4 offsuit, I guess, so he followed that. Anybody who plays Texas Hold'em would know that that's an easy fold in that situation, and like it worked out for him. He earned his money, but man, yeah, we should play. I absolutely love Texas Hold'em also. Oh, did I miss a follow? Jew Mejan. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very, very much. Welcome aboard the Doom Train. When I don't have my coffee in me early morning, sometimes I get pretty sleepy. Oh, you're still here. All right. Thank you for the follow. So sorry I missed it. I think I did everything. At the particular point I was at, one person had like 6 times more chips than me. So I wanted to make a move so we could get to the final table, because I feel pretty confident once I get to the final 2, as long as I'm, you know, 40, 60 what they have. So I wanted to make a move, which is why I just called the all in there. I felt like Ace King was a pretty solid, based on what that flop was. Like, what could my opponent have? I guess they could have a pocket pair or something like that, which could beat me. But just based on the read, I just felt like it was the right play there. Yeah, I should have played Lillian Plus, make him discard his 3-4 offsuit. The worst part was that same player was the big blind in a scenario earlier. And a similar thing had happened and they actually won with a 3-4 offsuit twice that night. Same player, 3-4 offsuit, won twice. But they were big blind in that case. And like a low straight flopped. And we were all like, well, who's got the 3-4 offsuit? Ha 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 ha. And the big blind was just sitting there like, oh, it's me. So, yeah, he won twice with 3-4 offsuit. So, yeah, let's play first here. This hand is much, much better. We got a turn 1 Amulet. We have an Abrade. Let's keep this. I still need a threat, but I have the Amulet to accelerate my plan. Like an Azusa would be good, a Prime would be good, a Karn would be best. But yeah, I love Texas Hold'em. I'm currently in a spot where I'm positive money from playing Texas Hold'em. I'm positive in Keno, so I'm never playing Keno again, right? But I used to play a lot of Texas Hold'em. Hopefully you guys like my poker story while I'm waiting for my opponent to decide to not mulligan. Let's get that trigger, go up to 22 life. I feel like when Affinity ends up killing me, it's almost always Inkmoth Nexus. Okay. So So I can kill the Signal Pest. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Abrade, and then I'm going to Karn them next turn. Yeah, there's the Ink Moth Nexus, which makes me a little unhappy. That's fine. I want to see what their post-combat threat is. I'm not blowing up the Signal Pest yet. I really want to see if they drop something post-combat. Like a Cranial Plating. Okay, so I don't actually care about Cranial Plating because I'm dropping the Karn. So let's see what I'm abrading here. They can swing for 1. If I kill the Signal Pest, 1, 2, they can swing at Karn for 2. I think I just have to kill the Signal Pest. It represents the most damage here. Okay. Should bounce a Gemstone here. Play the Karn. So they can swing for, if they play a land, they can still just swing for, I guess they can pump it. Nope. So 1, 2. What do I want to do next turn? Red sideboard Nahiri is really, really good Spider Space. I used to jam her into pretty much every deck I could. So what am I doing next turn? I have 3, access to 4 mana. I'm going to Stirrings next turn. I can EE. I can grab an EE here, plop it on 0, but then I think I'm just in trouble against this Ink Moth Nexus here. I can grab a Worm Coil next turn. I can't play it, though. I think I'm just going to plus... yeah, plus on my Amulet and pass turn. I think EE next turn on 0 was a pretty good play here. I can wipe their board, make them beat me with the Ink Moth Nexus, and try to get a Ghost Quarter off my Ancient Stirrings. That's my line. Okay, opponent's got 3 cards in hand. Cranial Plating's effectively dead. They don't really have a way to deal with Karn other than swing at it. I animated the Amulet just in case they have a Lord next turn, and I want to protect Karn from the Lord. How many red sources are you running, Spider Space? Deafening Clarion was one of my favorite cards in Standard when I was testing Naya Dinosaurs. Deafening Clarion just was... It was like a card, every time I drew it, I was like, I am happy to draw this card because both modes are relevant. Both modes. And I imagine it's the same way for you also. Okay. Nothing special. I'll just fall to 4. Yeah, I'm not going to block. Fall to 4. Try to get a Ghost Quarter. There's the Ghost Quarter. We'll do Engineered Explosives. And then I get a Crucible coming up too. Just cast it for 0. Okay. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Plus, you have gemstone caverns, which can technically, every once in a while, also count for a red source. I feel like 4 gemstone caverns would count for like half of a red source, but because they're only useful on the draw and only if you have them in your opening 7. As I was painfully reminded when I was playing your deck, and I forgot that gemstone cavern can't tap for colorless. If it only taps for colored if you put it in your hand from the special way. Okay, so let's Abzan 02. Spirits 2-1. Affinity 2-1. Alright. Can't 5-0 this league because we fell match 1, but still feeling okay with a 2-1. Don't look at me X. So I have turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Azusa. I feel like this is just, if I draw any threat, I think this is just a very good hand. I think I'll leave with the Sunhome, Amulet. If I draw a Titan, for example, I just can win the game on turn 2 with this hand. Yeah. Okay, Delver of Secrets. Is this a Titan? Not a Titan. Okay. I don't think they're going to run ways of killing this, so I might as well just somewhat dump my hand here. Unfortunately, I don't have... Let's see. I played Teleria West, right? Then I play the Boros Garrison, bounce the Teleria West back to my hand, and then I can get the Pact so I can cast it next turn. I think that's what my line. If I'm doing that, either way I want to end up with the Gruul Turf in my hand, so I guess I'll just put it in my hand now. Play my Teleria West. Unless I just miscounted. I just miscounted. All right. No, I didn't. One more land. Okay. Play that. Play Boros Garrison. Nice. What's a card that makes your life overly difficult playing Amulet? Absolutely Damping Sphere. Okay, let's transmute. I will have 4 mana left over. I could grab a Walking Ballista. Or I can just try to win the game next turn. I think I'm just better off just trying to win the game next turn. Okay, let's see what they flip. Counter target spell. Okay, well that costs triple blue, so they can't do that yet. Damping Moon? Oh, that'd be rough. Mainboard Damping Sphere. Okay, so I do have to be ready for, what, Spell Pierce, I guess. I have the Cavern in hand, so I'm not really worried about like a remand on my Titan. If they have Bolt, they have to Bolt the Azusa now. Like, they have to do it right now. Or I guess on my draw step's fine too, but... Yep. Okay. Well, that was just really, really mean. Like, do I flex here? The only thing I can lose to at this point is myself. Yeah, that's the worst part. It's that one makes it color. It really just messes with your color. Let alone messes how it makes everything cost one less. Let alone the fact that it makes you pay extra mana for things. Do I just 20 them here? Is that sufficient, you think? No, the Boros Garrison's already in play, so I would need to get... Yeah, I'll just get another Titan. That way I can attack for 2 Titans. Makes the math a lot easier. I could attack with 3 Titans here. Summoner's Pact, cast. Prime Time, cast. Yeah, let's just get 3 Titans. I have another Prime. I have another Pact. I have another Tularia West. I don't have a Suvit in my hand, so I'm not punished. Alright. So getting a 3rd Titan. Swinging for all 3. 8, 8, 8. That's 24. I'll be able to give at least one of them double strike, because I already have that land in play. So a lot of damage. I could definitely do more if I needed to, but I don't. All I know about my opponent is they run Archmage's Charm and Delver. It could be a wizard list. So this can actually steal Amulet. That's interesting. So they're probably going to keep that in. I'm probably interested in EE. Maybe, probably a Braids and Rexage hits Moon. Rurik Thar seems good in a matchup like this. Is Karn good enough? Fire Spout might be good here. I don't like Rexage main in the current meta. I think Karn kind of deals with, oh, they have Blood Moon, oh, they have Damping Sphere. Just having a colorless card you can still cast, which gets you access to Worm Coil, I think is still really important. Yeah, Titan can work through, especially with Karn, we can work through Blood Moon. But Damping Sphere is so much worse because it taxes on both ends. What am I getting rid of here? Probably the Ghost Quarter. I think Radiant Fountain's going to be important. I don't want Pact of Negation. I'll get rid of a Summoner's Pact to lighten my reliance on paying my Pact triggers against an obviously Moon deck. I think I'll trim an Amulet. Trim a Negate. Trim another Amulet here. Steal your Vial. Take it up to 5 and Vial in Lyra. That is disgusting. So I have a basic forest. I'm actually decently happy with this hand. I also have my Coalition Relic, so they're not going to beat me with Blood Moon with this hand. It's a bit slow. I do have a turn 4 Titan if I draw a Titan, but other than that, I'll just be relying on the power of Karn here. I'll just go Gemstone Mine, pass. You won that game? How'd you beat a Lyra? Okay, opponent's got a Cryptic Command in their hand. This is definitely like a blue-red Moon Wizards deck. Man, they've blind flipped this card twice. I'd be a little upset about it if I hadn't played so hot. I'm definitely going to braid that Insect on their draw step. I guess I'll just do it now. I wanted them not to have remand, and I wanted them, if they did have remand, do it on their turn. But if they are tapping out here, they're going to slow down their clock considerably. And if they have Blood Moon, I get to Rex Sage next turn. The only down spot with how I sequenced here is I cannot Azusa or Relic next turn. Unless they moon me. Sure. Yep, protection from white will do that. Okay, targeting me. I don't even know what I would take if I were them. The Rex Sage if they're relying on Blood Moon, but my Relic kind of gets around Blood Moon too. They took a Zusa. Okay. Yeah, Zusa was probably the right pick there. It was either Zusa or Karn, I think. I do not have the Bridgevine list. No, I do not. I was interested in getting it, and I liked how much Hogak was, and I said, maybe in a little while. So they definitely have, they tapped out for, they did not hold up Cryptic Mana, which we know they have Cryptic, to play Young Pyromancer, right? So they definitely have something here. So I don't think I want to just play Karn into it, so I think I'll play Amulet into it. I think if they have Spell Pierce, I'm fine. If they have Remand, I'm fine. And then I can play Coalition Relic next. Mana Leak. I was not... Did not have the answer for Mana Leak. Nope. So I'm pretty safe from Blood Moon at this point. Opponent's got Cryptic, which I don't like. Oops, eat the Cryptic here. Eat that Cryptic. Okay. So what do I even grab here? EE is okay. Tormod's Crypt. They don't even have I guess it stops them from killing me with Bolt, Snap, Bolt. But I think if they have Bolt, I'm pretty much dead anyway. I think I need to grab Worm Coil. I don't have a threat here. And then I'll play County Garden. And then I'll put my counter on the Relic and pass turn. Three, four, five, six, seven. If they Cryptic tap my team, that should be lethal, right? 2, 5, 7, that'd be 1 off of lethal. If they go Cryptic, tap, draw. Yep, if they get any spell here, like an opt, a bolt, yeah, that does it. Could I play Bridgevine? Not at the moment. I don't have any of the cards, and I checked Card Hoarder. They were sold out when I was looking earlier. So I can't play it today, but I can play Bridgevine at some point, yes. Okay. I think maybe I want to bring in the negate here. They're a bit more controlling than I thought. Actually cut a Karn. Well, Odisho, right now I'm finishing this league, and then I was going to play the Teferi Coco League if I had time. So this stream, I probably won't be able to do Bridgevine. Turn to Azusa, I think I just have to keep that. That's like such a spicy hand. Turn to Azusa with a forest is actually just even better. I think this matchup's much better on the play, just like everything else, because they can't moon me before I Titan as efficiently. There's green in Bridgevine, absolutely. Okay, so I didn't draw Bounce Land. So no turn to Azusa. Okay. So Bajuka Bog is actually gives me 2 mana next turn. And Vesuva on Bajuka Bog. Vesuva on anything will help me out too. Actually, to be honest, I don't think Vengevine needs to be in the new Bridgevine deck. I think it might be better if it's just black-red. I guess I just play Azusa. I don't think the deck needs Vengevine, like, at all. Like, I don't think it needs it at all. Sure. Okay. Cavern of Souls in Prime are my best possible draws. How is it not... How is that not working? How is MTG Bot not working here? Do they not like the new upgraded MTGO? So I can Vesuva a Gemstone Mine, get enough mana for Tolaria West. It's not terrible, but I think in that case I'd rather just Vesuva like a Steam Vent. Yeah. Nope. Blue. Blue. Colorless. Transmute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do have enough mana to Titan next turn. I think I'm more interested in the Cavern here, though. Unless they Blood Moon me, then I just want the Titan. I'll get the Pact. Get the Scout. Pass turn. Yeah, they probably just have not adapted it at all here. So Odisho left, asked me to play Bridgevine when in the middle of the league, and then just left. Okay. Ouch. That's the usual Twitch viewer. Yeah, all right. Okay, so I'm in a little bit of trouble here. If I packed and they have a Blood Moon, I'm just in trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like if they counter my Titan, right? And then they Blood Moon as a follow-up, I can't actually pay for the pact. I feel like this is the game right here, me not having it. Can't pay it. And I'm dead to Blood Moon. Dead to... I'm not in a great spot. Yeah, no Bridgevine to watch. You leave. Bridgevine's got a lot of clicking. Alright, if they also have Cryptic Command, they can bounce my Forest. I'm dead for that, but they don't have it. So I took a risky line there, but I don't think I was in a good spot. My opponent had, I think, better inevitability than me. Okay, so no Blood Moon, just flooding the board, and I lose my Gemstone Mine here. So my best possible draws are a Bounce Land and a Giant. Okay, it's not a terrible draw, just can't cast it yet. I think I'm dead here. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. To Blue Moon. Hey, Mr. Tomo, how's it going? Currently, I was writing it down. 2-1 in this league, about to fall, I think, in this match, down 2-2. I lost to Abzan, never drew a Titan. Beat Spirits, beat Affinity, and I'm about to lose to Blue Moon. Although we haven't seen a moon yet. They have Cryptic Mana up, 4 cards in hand. I think... Survives. Okay. Well, kill that when I can. Bolt me. Sure. So I'm dead on board. I can block, shoot, lose to the 4. Dead. All right. Dead to my own scout. Also dead to not drawing a bounce land, which is a little rough there. All right, let's see how we do in this matchup. Your blue-green illusion tribal deck is bad, but it did life back into my mono-white core tribal deck. It's been working okay. I love Sweet Modern Brews. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Oh, this hand might be too slow. Progatog. Don't know what I'm up against. This is a potential turn 4 Titan if I draw a Titan or a Simic, or a Tolaria West. I think I'll keep this. It's basically already a mull to 6, though, with the second Azusa. It's a little slow. Okay, island. Which means I probably have a little bit of time. Yeah, that is a weird thing Automod grabbed. No, I can't see a rule you broke. Yeah, yeah, Blade Man's the mod, so I don't see a rule you broke there. So this is a spicy Narset list. So we're up against a Narset combo, which can lock us out of the game. I think I want to put a creature in play if that's the case. Yeah, countering this, sure. Okay, pass turn. I know they have Field of Ruin, but I still want to progress my mana. If they field now, I'm actually okay with it. They're tapping out, and then I get to drop something on them, like a Karn. It's fine. I want to Karn you. Perfect. What do I want to draw here? I can get a Crucible of Worlds to get lands back, but I actually don't really need mana at the moment. I can get Pithing Needle naming something. EE on 3 stops Narset. Tormod's Crypt stops Snapcaster Mage. I have no idea what's going on in the chat right now with Automod hitting people's names. Oh, N69er? Alright. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I can Worm Coil. I think I just want to grab Worm Coil. I need a threat. And I will pass turn here. I'm going to flash in the Gemstone Mine. Or protect my land with Simic Growth. There's the Narset combo. Okay. Let's see what they draw. One, two, three, four, 5. So I could play Simic Growth, bounce a Gemstone, flash in the Gemstone, play Worm Coil. I can try to lock them out of the game, actually, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's get Lattice. Win the game. All right. This is the Eldrazi deck blade, which allows nice casting Eldrazi's for free on turn 4 upkeep. Maybe upkeep scry 1. Yeah, if anyone ever has lists, I'll always take a quick peek when I can to check them out. So Ulamog. I do like Nest Invader. I've always liked Nest Invader. Hey, Mr. Tomo, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard the Doom train. Our next stop, as always, is Evil. Okay. I still feel like I'd want an Eldrazi Temple here. I think Blade Man's right. That is a pretty sweet combo with Congregation at Dawn and Descendant's Path. What am I? I'm up against blue-white control, Narset combo. What do I want here? I want Negate. I think a Braid hits their combo piece, right? It's probably bad, though. Rurik Thar is actually decent here. Rex Sage is decent here. I want to use Karn to get the Pithing Needle. So I will cut a Summoner's Pact. I'm not going to bring in the Abrades. Radiant Fountain is not very useful here. County Garden is more useful because it can attack. I'll cut an Amulet since I'm not as interested in racing here. I just want to get a board presence. Trinket Mage actually seems pretty good in this matchup, especially if they have a Narset in play. Turn 1 Secura with an Amulet. This is a playable hand. If this hand needs one thing, it needs a threat because the Ancient Stirrings should be able to draw me into a bounce land. Should. Doesn't always work that way. Yeah, Nest Invader is pretty sweet. I feel like it has been underplayed a little bit in Modern. Let's go Stirrings here. Okay, so I want the Karn, but I also want the bounce land. I have 9 bounce lands in my deck. Like, without the bounce land, I don't really have much here. I don't need the Amulet. I think I'm still grabbing the Karn. I'll play Sunhome, Amulet, and then I'll pass turn. Yeah, I like spicy decks. I'll have to show you my scout fall list. Okay, so you can't do anything mean, so let's just do this. Counter it. Okay, couldn't do anything about that. Punch you in the face. Need to draw bounce lands. Preferably my next 2 draw steps, I'd draw a Cavern and a bounce land. That's really what I like to draw here. There's a bounce land. Okay. I can Pithing Needle this turn. They have the Field of Ruins. I kind of want to keep the Gruul Turf in hand. I might just grab the Crucible, so I don't really care about what they're doing. And I can flash this in and put EE on 3, which hits all of their walkers and their Narset, so it gets me out of the Narset lock. Okay. Nimble Mongoose. I just feel like this card is probably too fair right now. Like a 1 mana 3. If it was a 1 mana 3/3 hexproof, right? Which is a ceiling, like 1 mana 3/3 shroud hexproof. Is that good enough? Like, I guess it's better than Wild Nacatl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cannot play Rurik. They're going to counter the Crucible, right? They can attack. I'm just going to get the Pithing Needle. Cast Pithing Needle. Put it on Colonnade, which protects my Karn. They kind of have to counter this, which lets me get the Gruul Turf with my Crucible, and then I can Rurik Thar next turn. Yep. You lose your graveyard. I get a Crucible of Worlds. Okay. Man, if I had a land, imagine if I had like a forest in hand. 1, 2, they countered for it, but that'd be so close. Okay. EE does hit Crucible and Azusa here, but it's really just there to get me out of that Narset lock. Yep, which is right there. Colonnade kills Karn. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Narset. That's weird art. I will agree with that. Board wipe? Alright. That was rude. No lands, pass turn. Next turn I can attack with a double striking Azusa. So our opponent kind of had to have the board wipe there or else they were just dead. What do you guys think, chat? At this particular moment, do I blow up my EE? I don't care about Azusa, but I care about Crucible. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. We know about the puzzle box. I just really don't want to lose a Crucible in this matchup, but I think I have to. Okay. It's not a problem. Draw me a Titan here. Not a Titan, but that is a pretty good land. I'm actually just going to put it in play now, even though they do a Field of Ruin, because I don't want them to make me discard another card. Okay. It's fine. Really wish I still had that Crucible in play. Okay. Man, that stunk. They're sculpting their own hand, trying to probably get a Field of Ruin here. Yep. So they got rid of Mana Leak, because Mana Leak is no longer relevant in this particular phase. No, I still get one draw step. I really just need to draw exactly a... Oh, that's rough. Exactly a giant, like right here. We'll go... because I have an Amulet in play, they need exactly a path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's the path. Yeah, I don't see an out here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 mana. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have bounced a Simic Growth Chamber, because then I could have played a second Titan. That's a punt. That is a punt. What I should have done is I should have bounced the Simic Growth Chamber, flashed that back with Secure Tribe Scout, and then pacted and played another Titan and was able to attack with that. Unfortunately, now I can't do that. Yep. I mean, that was a weird punt, but that was definitely a punt. I think I need to pact, and I think I need to actually pact now. Nope. Just dead. Dead to the Gaia Reach. Just dead here. Alright, because of that punt. I think I had a chance if I didn't make that mistake. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just good with everything else. And half a punt per hour. Alright, let's play. I like this hand. I got turn 1 scout. I'm gonna prime in it, so I think I'm happy with this hand. Two. Yeah, MTG bot is not working right now. It's supposed to tell us when we start a match who we're playing against. Yeah, I'm not playing right now. Sorry. Sorry, friends. I actually want to flash the Gruul Turf in. All right. Don't have any lands. I'm not going to pretend like I do at the moment. I think I just would rather punch in a little bit here. Yeah. Need to top deck a land. Yeah, it's fine. My hand is very redundant, opponent. Best possible draw, you just Cavern of Souls. Come on, Cavern. Oh, that counts. Okay. Fact or fiction? I officially like our opponent's deck. Alright, so I pick 2 piles. We'll do that. Okay, they chose Cryptic and Surgical. They have Field of Ruin, so if they Field of Ruin my Gruul Turf, I still need to top deck a land here. Yeah, opponent should Field of Ruin my Gruul Turf on my draw step. Because if they count, they know I have 6 mana and the Cavern in hand, and they know I have a bunch of primes. So that is what they should do. They could let me play the first prime, then field the Cavern after, which is also a fine line, but yeah. Yep. So I need to top deck a land here. That works. Giant. We'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play this big, giant, uncounterable creature. And I think I might just get Bog. Bounce land. Yeah. No, I think I want bounce land, bounce land. I don't really care about the graveyard at the moment, so bounce land, bounce land. Bounce the Cavern, protect it, bounce the Teleria West. And swing in hard. What is my win percentage in this matchup against blue-white control? It's actually pretty good. I just posted it recently. Let's see. I just posted it. 8 and 7. It's pretty even. A lot of that was before Karn, though. I think Karn greatly improves the matchup. So, all right, can I attack if I play another Titan? Also, a lot of those losses were early on when I was learning how to play with the deck. I think blue-white control gets a lot better the more you've played. So I go 2, 4, 6, right? That's my 6 for the Titan, although pretend that forest is a cavern. I will bounce. Yeah, I can attack with 2 Titans here. I know they have Cryptic Command. The question is, do I expose the cavern now to get another Primetime in play, knowing this opponent runs board wipes, or do I force them to deal with the first Primetime? I have lethal. If my opponent was Hellbent, I'd have lethal right now, but they aren't Hellbent. I think I want to attack, and then I can if they don't path, right, I can knock them down to a low life total, and then with that, I can pact for Rurik Thar. Yeah. I can also make them. Like I can get Bounce Land Sunhome, Bounce the Sunhome, make them do that. So that would be Flash in the Sunhome, right? That's 4. And I'd still have the 6 mana to play my next one. So I like that. So we'll go Sunhome, Bounce Land, Simic. They have to kill us now. Or have a path for the Titan. Or just Cryptic it, I guess. And they still have plenty of options here. Actually, I don't mind knocking them down to... Yeah, I think I'll just flash it in. Make them do it now. Because they have to Cryptic bounce my Prime. Yep. Not a problem. I'll just replay it. Giant. 1, 2, 3. Whatever. More lands. Well, I need a bounce land here to bounce the cavern back to my hand. And I think I need Slayer's Stronghold also, which they're probably going to field. But I think that's a powerful option. I'll bounce the cavern. I think Rurik Thar might have actually been the correct line there, because then I could have Rurik Thar blocked their click. I got to get Rurik Thar in place soon, is really what I have to do. And I want to use this Teleria West to get my blue packed up before they can drop their Teferi. So I fall to 8. Yeah, I'm just going to attack. Do the same thing. Because if I play Prime, flash it in, it will just Cryptic Snap me here. Tap my team. That'll block the snap. Oh, should have done that after. Whoops. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's enough mana to play Primetime and Rurik Thar. I do lose that line. That line loses to a board wipe. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I could get Pact and Rurik Thar. Not running Emrakul. I think Rurik Thar is the right answer here. And then I can get Walking Ballista with Cavern my following turn, or I can get Pact and Negation. So if they take 6 to deal with this, they'll be down to 6, and then I can Walking Ballista kill them my following turn. I like that. 3, 4, oh, sorry about that. 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3. I can make a 3/3 Ballista, or I can wait. I think I'll wait here. I could just play a Prime Time just to get more mana in play for my Ballista. Actually, I don't even hate that. Get a Ghost Quarter and a Bajuka Bog. Time for my meds. No, my watch just has an alarm at every day at 12 and every day at 12:05. Discard this Pact. Alright. I put my opponent in a little soft lock there. So we ended the league. Beat blue-white. Whew. All right, what do I need for that Teferi deck? Let's check that out. Where was that? I think I have most of these cards. What do you guys think? You interested in this deck? Let's make a deck. It's got a lot of these pieces. So actually, it's more similar to this. Okay, Dryad Arbor. Walking Ballista. That's in it. That's in it. Arbor Elf. I think I have Arbor Elf. Nope. So I need to get Arbor Elf. Maybe I have less of this than I thought. Yeah, I'm just missing a bunch of pieces. So I'm missing the I'll have to pick them up in a minute. Arbor Elf, missing the Teferi. I'm pretty sure I have the Finale. I'm missing Utopia Sprawl. And I'm missing Hall of the Bandit Lord. And other than that, I think I have the rest of the deck. So... none of these are in it. Let me just cut all of these. Don't think Duskwatch is in it. My dorks are different. Why is this? Oh, Utopia Sprawl. That's why it runs Arbor Elf. Okay. Breeding Pool. Dryad Arbor. 4 Forest. 2 Canopy. Love me some Canopy. A Misty. 2 Temples. 2 Verdant. Why are there Verdants? And then 4 Windswept. And 3 Wooded Foothills. Those could just be Misties and Verdants, though. The only basics are Forest. That's interesting. Told you, 12 and 1205. And then the sideboard, I would need EE. Crypt. Another Ballista. Two Paths. Needle. Damping Sphere, which seems really good right now. Negate. Seems not as good right now. Rest in Peace. Very good right now. And Lattice. I'm interested why this list doesn't have Wormcoil, to be honest. I guess it doesn't need it, but... Or even a Night of Autumn. So I need Karn. Make sure I'm wake up by noon. Yeah, it's probably what it is. Alright, let's go to Card Hoarder. Make sure you use Card Hoarder. They're awesome. I'm not sponsored by them, but the Modern Streamers League is. I also have an Ask Debate. Oh, this is a buy bot. Make sure you click the correct one. So this is Teferi Time Raveler. They don't have them. Okay. Utopia Sprawl, Hall of Bandit Lord. What else did I need? I think I have all the finales. They don't. I just need the Teferi. Okay, let me stop that.